Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Mason Mac. Coming with another video. This one is a little TikTok conspiracy. I've been seeing these popping up a lot lately, so I was like, let me see if I can watch one of these or just look at the different. How could I say the different? Well, the top 10 Hollywood conspiracies. You about to check these out. Shout out to Watch Mojo. I mean, please go check his YouTube page out. He be having all type of good information. With further ado, let me start this video up and watch.
Range from members of organized crime killing Marilyn to frame the Kennedys, to that the Kennedys themselves killed her to avoid a public scandal.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Hollywood conspiracy theories of all time.
That she thought it was going to be the twist that she needed to get that new respected image that she wanted so badly.
For this list, we'll be looking at various conspiracy theories surrounding the Hollywood industry and its entertainers. Do you subscribe to any of these? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Jane Mansfield was a Satanist. The late Jane Mansfield was a major sex symbol in the 50s and 60s.
But most people do think of you as a sex symbol. Do you mind that?
No, I think it's fun. I take it. I think it's very campy.
She was a Playboy playmate. She allegedly dated Robert and John Kennedy, and she was the first actress of the sound era to don her birthday suit for a film. The movie was 1963's Promises, Promises. She was also allegedly a Satanist.
Nasty remark. And you meant it to be nasty.
Mansfield visited the Church of Satan in 1966, and she was named High Priestess of San Francisco's Church of Satan by its founder, Anton LaVey. This was a media sensation throughout the late 60s, and it led many to believe that Mansfield was a practicing Satanist. LaVey's daughter, Carla, later confirmed, quote unquote, that Mansfield was a Satanist and that she had dated her father. Number 9. Paul Thomas Anderson directed A Prairie Home Companion. 2006 saw the release of a musical comedy called A Prairie Home Companion,
where you can see the stars and the living slow. We'll eat pot love and pull guitars down an old plank road.
The film was directed by Robert Altman, who is perhaps best known for directing the MASH movie in 1970. This was Altman's final film, as he passed away just 5 months after its domestic release. Unfortunately, some people didn't believe that Altman would finish the movie. He was 80 years old and sick, likely suffering from the leukemia that would eventually take his life. To secure insurance, Paul Thomas Anderson was hired as a backup director just in case Altman couldn't complete the filming. The theory posits that it was Anderson who actually directed the film, not the ailing Altman. Altman denied this shortly before his death. Number 8. Nicolas Cage is a vampire. Nicolas Cage was born in January 1964. Or was he?
What?
Back in 2011, an antiques dealer named Jack Mord posted an old picture on eBay. The picture shows a man from the 19th century who shares a striking resemblance to Cage. But it goes further than a mere resemblance. Mord claims that Cage is a vampire who reinvents himself every half-century or so. In this lifespan, the immortal vampire decided to become a popular actor.
I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire!
Cage's lack of aging is also presented as a clue to his supposed immortality. This theory became so popular that David Letterman confronted Cage about it on his talk show.
Let's see that again, because there are some similarities.
But it's slowed down.
Yeah.
Cage humorously denied the accusation, but he did admit that he shared a resemblance to the older gentleman.
The gang leader, formerly known as A-Train, continues to maintain his innocence despite insurmountable evidence against him.
This man may be a lot of things, but I'm telling you, he's not a liar.
Number 7. Tommy Wiseau didn't direct The Room.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
The name Tommy Wiseau is synonymous with bad movies. The Poland-born filmmaker, maybe, famously created The Room, having produced, written, and directed the film himself. He also infamously starred as its lead character, Johnny.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
However, some people believe that the movie was actually directed by the script supervisor, Sandy Schklair. Schklair told Entertainment Weekly that it was actually he who directed the movie, as Wiseau was too busy acting. The story was corroborated by an anonymous actor who worked on the film.
You guys are too much.
Co-star Greg Sestero also corroborates the legend in The Disaster Artist, claiming that Schklair often took over filmmaking duties from Wiseau. Wiseau has denied the allegations.
You betrayed me. You're not good. You're just a chicken. Chip, 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 chip.
Number 6. Bruce Lee and the Triads.
What do they want me to do?
Bruce Lee's death is famously shrouded in mystery and has generated a number of conspiracy theories. Lee seemed a paragon of health, which made his premature death at just 32 highly suspicious. The official cause of death is a cerebral edema that was possibly exacerbated by an allergic reaction to meprobamate. The drug is found in Equagesic, which was given to Lee to quell a headache on the night of his death.
It's so extremely rare that this kind of thing happens. What it's like is an allergy to, say, penicillin.
Others aren't so sure. One leading theory posits that Lee was assassinated by the Chinese triads.
They said he upset it because of his success in the film industry and taking the martial arts around the world, that he upset the triads.
Their motives are numerous, including business investments and Lee refusing to pay protection money. No one can agree on why the triads supposedly had Lee killed, but the unfounded theory has persisted nonetheless. Number 5. Keanu Reeves is immortal. Similar to the Nicolas Cage conspiracy theory, this one claims that Keanu Reeves is some type of immortal being who has transcended the centuries without aging.
Whoa.
Some people believe that historical figures bear a striking physical resemblance to Reeves, including the French actor Paul Mounet. Mounet studied to become a doctor before pursuing acting, and maybe he unearthed some kind of everlasting formula during his studies. Of course, the biggest clue towards Reeves' immortality is his distinct lack of aging.
I'm sorry.
Many people think that Reeves has aged exceptionally, even suspiciously well. The John Wick series certainly hasn't quelled the theory. There's just no way a man in his 50s can do what he does.
You working again?
No, just sorting some stuff out.
Oh, well.
I'll leave you be then. Good night, John.
Good night, Jimmy.
Number 4. George Lucas directed Return of the Jedi. The original Star Wars trilogy is widely credited to creator George Lucas. What some people might not know is that he only directed the original movie. The Empire Strikes Back was directed by Irvin Kershner, and Return of the Jedi by Richard Marquand.
And I liked the apparent naivete and simplicity with which George had made Star Wars. I liked that style.
However, there's a long-standing theory that Lucas essentially ghost-directed the latter.
And no. Somehow, I've always known.
Lucas was reportedly on set quite often, overseeing the inexperienced Marquand, and there are rumors that Lucas personally shot some of the second unit work. Some people believe that Lucas controlled Marquand, essentially directing the director.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Others claim that the movie was made in post-production, with Lucas and his then-wife Marcia molding the finished product in the editing room.
Here goes nothing.
As it is, Lucas was only given screenplay and story credits. Number 3. Marilyn Monroe was killed. If a popular entertainer dies young under mysterious circumstances, you better believe that there are going to be conspiracy theories.
The lurid circumstances of Marilyn's death made national headlines across the world.
Screen icon Marilyn Monroe died at just 36 on the night of August 4th, 1962. The official cause of death was acute barbiturate poisoning, and the general consensus is that Monroe took her own life.
Speculating that on the last night of her life, Marilyn had wanted merely to sleep through her despair, as she had done so many times before. Possibly under the heavy influence of drugs, she simply lost track of the number of sleeping pills she had swallowed.
However, no one really knows for sure. Cue the conspiracy theories. Some believe that Monroe was killed and that her death was staged to look like an intentional decision or accidental overdose.
I was there at the time when she died. There were some people there that normally wouldn't have been there. You mean Bureau people? Yes. Are you aware how long afterwards they came on the scene? Immediately.
Norman Mailer famously claimed in his book, Marilyn, a biography, that Monroe was killed by government agents owing to her alleged affair with Robert F. Kennedy. Mailer, and the theory in general, were widely lambasted.
But I did find evidence the circumstances of her death had been deliberately covered up.
Top YouTubers are making so much money. But did you know that growing a community and sharing your content on YouTube means that you could be making over $5,000 a month? Well, if you're like me and all of this is what you love to do,